Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to edit inventory in bulk directly in the table. Since you're working directly in the table, you want to be very careful, and only one person should ever do this at a time. Since you guys aren't working on inventory in StoneEdge very much as far as editing the products, this should work okay for you, since you won't be kind of crossing swords there in the raw table there. So we're going to get into the raw table for the inventory where it lives right now. I'm going to tap F11. That's F as in Frank, 11, that little key on the top of your keyboard there. And it needs to be select object type, which is already defaulted for mine. It may not be for yours. Make sure you select object type, and then it will go back to this, and then it'll come back down, and it'll look more like mine. And then you want to select queries. And then if you tap I, it'll go right to the I's, and you can just go to inventory query, and this will open up the inventory data for your system. We need to look at, we can't really find all the, we're going to try to switch Caterpillar to all dropship right now. That's our goal. So how do we segment or filter out just the Caterpillar items? Well, what I'm going to do is do item name, and we're going to go name includes or contains Caterpillar. All right, so let's just type in Caterpillar and hit go. There we go. All right, so we've got a whole bunch of results here. I'm going to kind of scroll down and make sure page down through some of this. If you hit page down, you can kind of get a good idea of what you're going to be editing. Since you're doing all this in bulk, I would strongly suggest looking over your results. You do not want to, make something a dropship that shouldn't be. All right, this looks really good. Let's kind of scroll to the bottom a little more. We've got like 4,000, what is this? About 4,000 records. And it's going to snap at the bottom, especially if you've got a ton of records in here. You can see how it's not really able to get to the bottom. Okay, so if we want to fast forward to the bottom, the only way to do that is to click this last record button. And see, now we're actually down, and it loaded the entire table at this point. So this looks good. I'm going to kind of spot check a couple more little sections here, but this looks great. It's got Caterpillar in the name. That means it's a Caterpillar boot. That's good that the item name convention is solid. That's a good best practice there. And so now we can edit it just based on the name includes Caterpillar. So let's see all these different columns here. There's going to be one that says dropship. So if we go to D, dropship. So all these need to be -1. So if you just have a couple, you can do it -1, and then copy that and just arrow down, arrow down, arrow down. But we have like 4,000 of these guys. So what I'm going to do, and since this is not Excel, this is Access. There's no way that I know how to fill down. I'm sure there's a way for people that are smarter than me. However, what I've devised this workaround here, and we know there's about, let's look here. How many records do we have? We got like 10,000 or something. Look at that. So it's like 10,614. So we know we're going to need about that much data. I only had like 1,000 in here. All right, so let's go. Let's create a list here. And if you don't know how to do this in Excel, what you do is you basically will select one, put a value in there that you want to copy or fill down with, and you can just grab the plus in the bottom right and then drag it down. And it'll just take a minute here, get down to 10,000. And if you have a little bit more than 10,000, it's not a big deal. You just want to make sure that when you're copying and pasting it in there, that it goes in the correct column. And then also, it's got to be, do not go past that bottom blank square, because then it's going to try to create a new record. So you do not want to try to fill in that last field that's going to appear, and I'll show you that in a second. But you don't want to try to fill that in, or it'll try to create a new record and it'll error out. Almost there. This is a lot of data here. All right, so this is, I went overboard and I went to almost 12,000 here. I'm going to copy that. Then we're going to go back in. And this is what I was talking about. This last column right here, you do not want to put anything in that. Don't do it because it's going to think that you're trying to put in a new record. And you don't want to do that. We're just changing existing records. It'll error out on you and you'll be stuck and you'll have to close out the window. If you do that by accident and you're like filling down and you go too far, whatever, it's okay. It just won't let you save it. You're just going to have to close it out and start over. All right, so let's see, dropship. Let's go ahead and go to the bottom. Notice I'm going to the last record, not to the very last one, but the second from the last where we actually have data in here. I'm just going to hit Control V. It's going to take a minute. Pasting down here. It's working hard for us. Pasting all that data in there so we don't have to actually put a -1 in and then use our arrow key to fill down. Now you can also do this by importing the data through the import feature of StoneEdge. You can do that. This I've found actually works a lot faster. You don't have to make a backup and there's a lot less goofing around. You're about to paste 9,096 records. Yes, please, we want to do that. And it's done. And now we have to save it. That's the last thing. I'm going to just check and make sure we got all of them. So these are all set to drop ship now. Wait. No, they're not. So we missed some. Okay, cool. So what we can do, I'm actually going to do, there's another little trick here. I'm just going to grab a bunch of these guys. I've grabbed way more than I need. I just copied and pasted that. I'm copying it right now. See the copy in progress. I just hit Control C. And then I'm going to go down to the bottom. And let's see what the last ones are here. Didn't quite get all of them. Click there. And we'll click on the last one here. And it's pasting. Even though we have way more than we need, that's fine. There's 15, 18 going in. All right, cool. So for a final check, to make sure we got everything done that we wanted to do here, I'm going to go ahead and sort these. And then we'll sort them the other way. And what do you know? They're all drop ship. I'm going to hit save right now. Control S as in Sam, Control S. And you saw it just save, and now we're good. And if you try to close it before saving, it'll ask you to save anyway. Do we want this on the clipboard? No. You do not want to save the data on the clipboard. Okay, that's fine. Great. All right, there you are. And now if we pull up any of the Caterpillar inventory, it should be dropship. Go ahead and search for Caterpillar. There we go. If I know how to spell Caterpillar. All right. And so these guys should all be drop shipped, and you can tell right here in the quick view that they are all set to drop ship. Just checking our work a little bit there, and we're done.